Before 2020, the Philippine Air Force was really one of making do. It was an air force rich in history but honestly pretty poor in modern equipment. For decades, its job focused inward on internal security. Planes and systems were built for island patrols, built for supporting ground troops, not for defending a huge, contested airspace. That idea felt distant, almost theoretical. The fleet was mostly aging aircraft, some models dated back to the Vietnam War era. Hardworking machines, yes, but not designed for 21st century aerial combat or high-end surveillance over contested waters. The air defense network was sparse, old radar systems, limited range. They could see what was overhead but struggled to give a real-time picture of the West Philippine Sea. That created big gaps in situational awareness. Imagine guarding a massive house with only a few small windows. You might see someone on the front path but miss anyone coming from the sides or back. That was reality. Porous skies, intrusions often unnoticed. The era was defined by reliance on older, less capable aircraft. The premier F-5 Tiger was retired in 2005 and no true replacement came for years. The nation's air defense was a shield with holes, untenable. The need to upgrade the Philippines' air defense didn't just come out of nowhere, it was driven by a dramatic shift in Southeast Asia's security landscape. The biggest factor was rising tension in the South China Sea, which the Philippines calls the West Philippine Sea. This vital waterway funnels trillions in global trade every year. It became a focal point of geopolitical competition. China's assertive actions included building artificial islands and setting up military outposts on disputed features. Those moves created a direct challenge to Philippine sovereignty and territorial integrity. They weren't just political statements, they came with a growing military presence. Threats shifted from theoretical to tangible and frequent. Reports of maritime militia swarming near Philippine-held features became common. There were unauthorized flights by foreign aircraft through Philippine airspace, and the Philippines often lacked the ability to respond effectively. That inability to monitor and challenge intrusions signaled clear weakness. It highlighted the urgent need for a credible defense posture. A nation that can't control its skies can't fully protect its maritime resources. It can't protect its fishermen, or defend its sovereign rights. Old equipment couldn't deter gray-zone tactics. Those tactics sit below open conflict but steadily erode control. This new environment demanded a new way of thinking. The gathering storm made the old status quo an unaffordable luxury. The most visible and powerful symbol of this transformation is the arrival of new fighter jets. By 2025, the Philippine Air Force will operate a far more capable modern fleet than it's had in generations. Leading this charge are the FA-50PH Fighting Eagle jets acquired from South Korea. The first batch arrived earlier, but 2025 is when everything comes together. Pilots, fully trained ground crews, fully trained, fully integrated into the new defense network. These jets are a quantum leap forward. They're supersonic, flying faster than the speed of sound, which lets them intercept threats far quicker than anything in the last decade. But they're not just fast. Packed with modern avionics, packed with advanced weapon systems. FA-50PH can carry air-to-air missiles. FA-50PH can carry air-to-ground missiles, giving the Air Force flexible tools for defense and attack. Their advanced radars can track multiple targets. Their systems share data with other aircraft and share data with ground stations in real time. That's a real game changer. Looking beyond the FA-50PH, 2025 is also big for the multi-role fighter program. For the first time in a long while, the PAF has a credible interception capability, transforming the Air Force into a true guardian of sovereignty. An effective air defense really isn't just about fighter jets, it's about seeing a threat long before it even gets close. That's where radar comes in. In 2025, the Philippines is seeing a radar revolution. A big part is the acquisition of new ground-based air surveillance radar systems, GBSRs. These are powerful, long-range radars placed across the archipelago. Many were acquired from Japan and can see hundreds of kilometers into the West Philippine Sea. They're built to pick up big aircraft and smaller, stealthier targets. That creates a layered radar fence around the country. The network provides a common air picture. Imagine people in different rooms, each looking through one window. Alone, they see only a slice. But if they all share their views on one screen, you get a complete picture. That's what these radars do. Feed data into a central command and control center for a unified real-time map. That enables faster decisions and coordinated responses. Beyond fixed stations, the Philippines is investing in AEW and C. The country already has aircraft with surveillance pods and data links. These planes act as flying radar stations over areas ground radar can't reach. Useful for huge ocean stretches, it gives the Air Force the flexibility to focus eyes where needed. The result, much better situational awareness. Seeing and understanding the airspace is the first step to controlling it. While fighter jets and radars are crucial, the final piece of a modern air defense puzzle is the ability to engage threats from the ground. By 2025, the Philippines is making its most significant leap with the acquisition of advanced surface-to-air missile systems. The centerpiece is the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile system, a joint venture between India and Russia. While primarily seen as an anti-ship weapon for coastal defense, its acquisition marks a monumental shift in the country's military posture and adds a powerful new layer to its defense strategy. It is the first supersonic missile system in the Philippine arsenal. The BrahMos system provides a formidable anti-access area denial capability. In simple terms, it can create a protective bubble around a coastal area, making it extremely dangerous for an adversary's ships to operate within its range. The missile travels at nearly 3 times the speed of sound, making it incredibly difficult to intercept. By deploying these systems, the Philippine military can protect strategic coastlines, naval bases, critical sea lanes of communication. This ground-based threat forces any potential aggressor to think twice, effectively complementing the Air Force's own patrol capabilities. Alongside BrahMos, the Philippines is also acquiring and operationalizing medium-range air defense missile systems. The Spider system, acquired from Israel, is a prime example. This system is specifically designed to shoot down hostile aircraft, helicopters, drones, and even incoming precision-guided munitions. The integration of these missile systems in 2025 creates a layered and integrated air defense network, transforming the Philippines from a country with minimal air defense to one with a credible modern shield of steel. Technology and equipment are only part of the equation. A truly effective defense strategy also relies on strong partnerships. In 2025, the Philippines is deepening its military alliances and training exercises with key partners like never before. The cornerstone of this effort is the long-standing alliance with the United States. This relationship has been reinvigorated with larger and more complex joint military exercises. Balikatan, shoulder to shoulder, has evolved from counterterrorism to high-end conventional warfare scenarios, including maritime security and air defense. American forces are sharing expertise, tactics, and procedures, helping the Philippine military rapidly absorb new equipment. Crucially, this partnership extends to intelligence sharing and interoperability. New radar systems and communication networks in the Philippines are designed to be compatible with U.S. and allied systems. That lets them share a common operational picture, seeing the same battlefield in real time. This integration is a powerful force multiplier. The presence of U.S. forces and access to their surveillance and intelligence networks adds security and deters potential aggressors. Beyond the U.S., the Philippines is forging new security ties in the region. Japan is a key partner, providing radar equipment and patrol vessels. Japanese forces increasingly join joint exercises with the Philippines and the U.S., forming a trilateral security arrangement. Australia remains a consistent partner, offering training and participating in joint maritime patrols. These partnerships are practical arrangements that enhance defense capabilities and support a rules-based order. These alliances create a support network beyond the Philippines' own military might. This web of partnerships ensures the Philippines does not stand alone. Forging these friendships in high places is as critical as any hardware being acquired. To understand why 2025 represents such a big shift, one must look at the before and after picture in simple terms. Before, the Philippines could barely see what was happening in its own backyard. Now, with new long-range radars, it can see intruders coming from hundreds of kilometers away. Before, the country had no way to quickly challenge a fast-moving, unauthorized aircraft. Now, with supersonic FA-50 jets and the prospect of more advanced multi-role fighters, it can dispatch a credible interceptor within minutes. This is the difference between having a simple fence and having a full-fledged security system with cameras, sensors, guards. The change is not just an upgrade, it's a total transformation in capability. This shift is about moving from a passive to an active defense posture. In the past, the Philippines could often only protest an incursion after it happened. It could file a diplomatic note, but it lacked the military means to physically assert its sovereignty in the air. By 2025, the country has the tools to act. It can track, identify, intercept, and, if necessary, engage threats. This ability to act is the very definition of a credible deterrent. A potential aggressor now has to calculate the risks. It's like a porcupine. It may not be able to defeat a bear in a fight, but the bear will think twice because the pain of the quills is not worth the prize. The Philippines is taking control of its own destiny. The modernization of the country's air defense may seem like a distant, high-level military affair, but its effects reach all the way down to the daily lives of ordinary Filipinos. One of the most direct impacts is on economic security. The Philippines is an archipelago heavily reliant on the sea for trade. Resources like fisheries sustain many communities. Protecting the West Philippine Sea is not just about territory, it's about protecting the livelihoods of countless fishermen. A stronger air and maritime patrol capability means the government can better monitor and push back against illegal fishing and the harassment of its citizens, ensuring they can safely earn a living. This enhanced security also fosters a stable environment for trade and investment. A significant portion of global shipping passes through nearby sea lanes. When ships can pass safely and supply lines are secure, local prices stay more stable. There is also a profound impact on national pride and a sense of security. Seeing modern fighter jets with the Philippine flag on their tails patrolling the skies, and knowing a protective shield is in place, instills confidence. This sense of security lets people focus on their families, their work, and building a better future. Peace through strength helps future generations grow up in a country that is secure, sovereign, and free from coercion. Investments in the skies are investments in the peace and prosperity of homes below. The safety of the nation's airspace links directly to the security and well-being of every citizen.